morning, I'm Agustín Zepeda for NewZtar Intelligence. Here is your global briefing for Saturday, June 13, 2026. American and Iranian diplomats say a peace agreement could be finalized within 24 to 48 hours, potentially ending military tensions in the Strait of Hormuz. Pakistan's Prime Minister claims a deal could come within a day, though Iran's foreign ministry denies any Sunday signing. Israel has reportedly issued evacuation orders for Tehran as a military contingency, though this remains unconfirmed by Western sources. But here is where the coverage diverges. American media emphasizes cautious optimism with demands from both sides. Middle Eastern media shows skepticism about timelines and implementation challenges. Israeli outlets report an IDF evacuation order for Tehran that no American or European source confirms. Chinese state media provides zero coverage despite China's major regional interests. SpaceX completed the largest initial public offering in history, raising $75 billion with shares closing 19% higher on the first day of trading. The company now holds a $2 trillion valuation, with analysts highlighting its artificial intelligence potential alongside space operations. The New York Times warns the mega IPO frenzy could signal a stock market bubble. But here is where the coverage diverges. American financial media frames this as historic and celebratory, while the New York Times prominently warns of an IPO bubble forming. European outlets emphasize Musk's market dominance. Chinese media analyzes why SpaceX cannot be replicated in China due to structural regulatory barriers. The Trump administration ordered Anthropic to immediately halt public access to its advanced Fable 5 and Mythos 5 artificial intelligence models, citing national security concerns. This marks the first time the U.S. government has intervened to shut down commercial AI deployment. A German court separately ruled that Google can be held liable for errors in AI-generated search results. But here is where the coverage diverges. American media focuses on the unprecedented nature of government intervention in commercial AI. European outlets connect this to their own AI liability rulings. Chinese state media is notably silent on the U.S. government setting a precedent for shutting down AI models. Federal courts ordered the removal of Donald Trump's name from the Kennedy Center and blocked proposed changes to historical displays at national parks. The rulings came after the administration attempted to rename the Arts Center and alter park exhibits describing historical events. This represents a judicial check on executive authority over federally managed cultural institutions. But here is where the coverage diverges. American media frames this as judicial checks on executive overreach. European outlets emphasize concerns about historical revisionism. Russian and Chinese state media provide minimal coverage, treating it as internal U.S. political drama. The Swiss National Bank cut interest rates by half a percentage point to 0.5%, marking one of the steepest cuts among major central banks this year. The move caused the dollar to jump 0.5% against the Swiss franc. This comes as U.S. data shows wages falling while household wealth surges, raising inequality concerns. But here is where the coverage diverges. American financial media emphasizes currency market opportunities and wealth advisor benefits. European outlets focus on economic weakness driving the Swiss decision. Chinese media connects this to broader Western economic fragility concerns. A U.S. military strike killed the leader of Tren de Aragua, a Venezuelan transnational gang operating across Latin America and inside the United States. The operation marks an escalation in direct military action against criminal organizations beyond traditional counter-terrorism targets. The administration has also implemented travel bans affecting citizens from 12 countries. But here is where the coverage diverges. American media frames this as successful law enforcement against transnational crime. Russian media portrays it as military overreach in Latin America. Chinese state media is silent. European outlets question the legal basis for military strikes against non-terrorist criminal groups. That is your NewZtar Intelligence briefing for Saturday, June 13, 2026. News in every angle, every morning. I'm Agustín Zepeda. Stay informed.